The presenting sponsor of Upmarket is Fotello, the best AI editing platform. Snap, upload, and deliver at fotello.co. Coming to you from the Upmarket studio in beautiful San Buenaventura, California, this is Upmarket, a podcast about the business of real estate photography and media. My name is Reed Fish. I'm the CEO and a co-founder of Upmarket Media, and Mark Corcoran, another co-founder. He's out making us some money so we can afford to keep the lights on here, so we appreciate that, Mark. Molly Peart here producing off camera, off mic today. Thanks, Molly. Appreciate it. And we're here. It's a mastermind episode. We have our mastermind group. We'll introduce them in just a minute. But I just wanted to remind you once again, of course, that iGuide is giving away a $1,000 gift card to Home Depot. The deadline is coming up. I think it is next week as of when this comes out. So April 15th, you have to get your entry in. So get to goiguide.com/upmarket and put your email address in there, and then go to Instagram and follow Upmarket Pod and go _iGuide, and you will be entered to win a $1,000 gift card to Home Depot, $1,000 US. That's what we love, though. We love those US dollars. So get in there and do that. And then also, we have coming up the Northern Spruce Summit in Hamilton, Ontario. Molly and I are going to be there. We are doing a live podcast recording on stage. So it's going to be very exciting. Our first one ever. Our first international podcast. I mean, this is so many firsts in this. So if you want to check that out, you're Canadian. It's really like they're emphasizing Canadian people coming, but Americans are welcome as well. But get in there. You can follow Northern Spruce Media on Instagram, and it's all pinned up in there on their grid. So check out that for more information. And we, of course, today are here with our mastermind group. We are -1 today, but maybe she'll show up at some point. There was some kind of last minute emergency, but we had to press forward because of scheduling. So Kelly Clark of Local Flavor Films is here, though. Of course, thank you, Kelly, from Atlanta, Georgia, and Jenn Lueck of Jenn Lueck Photography in Prescott, Arizona. So we are just about here as we're recording this. We're wrapping up Q1 of 2026. And so I think every quarter on this show, we want to kind of assess how we are doing in related to last year. And so how has this year been shaping up so far for y'all?
Q1 was really good. We have continued to see growth. We've been pretty consistently about 30% year over year from the previous. So we are seeing some growth there. What I'm noticing is while we're pretty on par for number of orders, our order values are up. So for example, last month, we actually had a few less orders, but we made quite a bit more money. So that's good. I think people are just ordering bigger packages in order to move properties, stand out in the market a little bit more here. So Q1, by all accounts in that way, has been really good, really positive so far.
Nice. Nice.
Awesome.
Kelly?
Yeah, we're up. We've been super busy, especially February, March has been great for us. We are really getting a ton of video work. So also the packages that they're ordering are just continue to go up in value, which is also great. We're seeing a lot of properties come on the market. We feel like we're hearing from the same people. You know, we've got about 25 VIPs in our program, and these people have been telling us we've got 8 listings, we've got 10, 12 listings coming up. So our top people are incredibly busy. And then our non-VIPs, we're not hearing as much from, but the top ones, it's been a little difficult because they do get priority scheduling. They get all of our full attention. And so with them having so many listings, we are challenged with scheduling for sure, which is why we're growing the team as quickly as we possibly can.
Right. Well, that's you guys have some good problems, both of you. We have the opposite problem. We're down like almost 30% for the year. Yeah. Oh, Jenn looks so sad there.
Well, because a lot of times what happens in California ends up happening for us. It just comes later. So sometimes I look at the market trends for California and I'm like, oh no, that's, it's an interesting thing to hear.
And I'm trying to figure out why that is. And I feel like as we've talked about, I think we've had some client loss, but we're gaining clients all the time. So I think that kind of evens out. Like, I don't think it's that. And then it's just, we've had weird weather. We had a lot of rain for a time, and now we have a heat wave, and now it's hard to, but you can't, like 3 months is enough of a sample that I think you can't blame a few isolated weather events. But I think there have been those kind of weird things. And then the market here has just been stagnant for a long time. It's just like houses are not selling that quickly. And I think people and interest rates, they were going to come down. Now they're back up. I mean, it's just, some of these same pressures are the same as they are all over the country, but it just, in our area, I don't know, with the higher value homes, maybe it's just things aren't selling as much. And so I think that people are less likely to be putting their stuff on the market. So I think it's just like overall listings are in our area are down. I don't know if they're down 30%. And I think it can be a little skewed too for us when we always look at our first quarter numbers, because we do our credit pre-buys in December as we're trying to generate some slow season revenue. So, sometimes people will buy like $5,000 in credits, and because they know they have like 3 big listings coming up in February. And so then they burn through that, but that is on our 2025 books, not our 2026 books. So I think we've had a few of those people who have bought credits with us have used a lot of credit. And so that's also money that's not showing up in even though we've been doing the work, we got paid for it so long ago, it's not showing up in our balance sheet right now. And then, so I think that's it. And I am seeing, I think our average order value is at least holding steady, if not up. So I feel good about that. And definitely, we're talking with people about what services they're wanting for their listings. And I think it is, we are seeing more video. We are seeing even a little bit more 3D, definitely, all these kind of add-on things that they increase your order value, people are wanting because they need more stuff to market the properties with. So, yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully it is not indicative of a larger trend throughout the country, but I do think, and I do feel like I feel bullish. I do think still that this is going to be a good year. It just hasn't been so far. And we've had like 1 or 2 really good weeks. And this week that we're ending right now, as we record on a Friday, has been really good. And we had a really good week like 3 weeks ago, but then the 2 weeks in between that were just like dead. And so it's been, there's just been no consistency. It seems like, all right, we turned a corner, and then no, we haven't. So, I'm hoping that as spring ramps up, that we can piece together more of those, consecutive good weeks rather than just having the isolated one. So, yeah. Well, but you both are seeing growth in video this year so far?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we went heavy video last year, and this year we've seen even more video. We have kind of a top tier product that we have not sold one of. We've done the next level down, but that was kind of our anchor product, whatever you call it. Like nobody's going to get that. Right. We've sold 4 of them in the last 2 weeks. Oh, okay. And so that was like this pie in the sky product, or like, this is a lifestyle thing. We have sold it to people, just so that we've got it in our portfolio. We've given them that full package, like our package down, that was half the price. So now, just talking to our business coach this year, he's like, well, you've got enough traction on that, like pie in the sky package. Now you need to come up with one double that, and that's going to be your anchor. So, there's a lot of production that goes into those. So we've definitely been working on redefining roles with our VAs and just having a process for those bigger lifestyle video shoots, because just all of a sudden we've got a lot of them, and those are super fun and I love them. But, we're used to the social media reels. We do those for most everybody. That's kind of our baseline package with drone photos, social media, just a one-take walkthrough with a cell phone. Sometimes they want to be on camera. But we've got 3 bigger marketer packages that are what people are tending to push more towards now. I'm not really sure why. Some of those include a little bit of AI. I don't know if that's part of the reason, but we've had to figure out, how to incorporate AI clips, because we're getting a lot of those requests. And then, like I said, these bigger marketer packages have been we've been inundated with them, and we've been struggling because we've only got our lead videographer is the only one that we fully trust to do those top tier packages. Right. And so he is booked out for the next 3.5 weeks right now, because we have, and that we're not even able to service the people who want it, because when they call and we can't get out there until whatever date, they're just going to go to somebody else, most likely. So we don't even know how much business we're losing. So we're trying to ramp up new people on the video side first. Right. So we're going to rent an Airbnb in a couple weeks, train them, just have him teach a master class to them, so that we can get at least 2 more geared up for video, because we are so heavy video right now. Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's incredible. So, but have you been selling it differently, or you think it's just the marketplace has changed and that people are seeing the need for, some of these more premium marketing materials?
Kudos to our new admin. I'm like, I haven't sold one of them, and she's been on board with us for a month and a half now, and she's sold 4. So maybe it's her.
Wow.
She's I really worked with her on like, hey, this is the package that we would love, listen for these things and request, recommend these packages based on these things that you might hear them say. And she'll just throw it out there. And maybe it's her fearless nature that I didn't have, because it's ours. And I felt like it was such a stretch to ask. And I knew that we hadn't sold one at the price that we wanted for it.
Right.
So it may be her, in the way she's positioning it, but we're not pushing it. We definitely upgraded our website. I think that it makes us look more qualified to be able to handle the bigger shoots that we're getting now, because our website wasn't great before. I didn't want to put a huge huge investment into our website. Brian talked me into it. And because of that, I do feel like we're getting a lot more of these bigger projects, builders, things like that coming to us, because they're like, oh, these guys can handle it. They have no idea we're just a small family-run business,
Right.
So that's helped. Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't want to, well, this is interesting. So when did you launch your new website?
6-7 months ago.
Well, that's interesting though, because I think, when it all comes down to it, I think we end up not talking about our websites that much. I think because everyone builds them and then they're there and then you just don't think about it anymore. But like you've seen though, this revamp of the website, do you feel like it has actually given you more business?
1,000,000%. And I did not anticipate that, because I was like, everyone's going to go to our Instagram. Who looks at really a website? That was what was in my brain. And the website has changed it. We haven't changed anything with our SEO. We're still paying, $300 a month for Google ads. That's really it. And the guy that built our website, he put in all I don't know all the tech behind it, but he built it the way that it should have been built. And every day we're getting calls for these bigger, more like Alex Coombs style creative projects. We're getting a lot of those requests. A hotel contacted us, wanted us to do their entire media package. Builders, developers, just things that we weren't getting before. We're not intentionally reaching out for them, but they are finding us now, and our website backs it up, because it feels like those types of jobs are looking in depth at our website. And we've gotten that comment a lot, that the realtors are finding us on Instagram. This is just our experience. Realtors are finding us on Instagram, and the builders, developers, creative projects are more looking at our website.
That tracks to me. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't have thought that, but that does actually make a lot of sense. I mean, realtors, they're just sitting there scrolling Instagram all day because they don't have anything else to do. And the builders are actually
something like that.
Okay. Wow. So that's really interesting. But you've also seen an uptick in your just day-to-day real estate videos as well. Just like like you said, you're doing a walkthrough video on almost every property.
Mm-hmm. We're honestly thinking about getting rid of photo only, because we don't do it. We've got 6 things that we offer. Matterport's one of them. We never get that. Photo's another one. We never get that. It's the other 4 things. It's the Social Real drone photo package, which is, I want that to be our base package. And then it's our marketer better video packages that are shot with a real video camera versus a cell phone. But yeah, we've seen an uptick in all of it. We feel like we've been so heavy in these one-off projects the creative stuff, but I think that it's because the real estate stuff is running itself a lot more. You know, I was in admin. I knew everything that was coming in, everything going out. And that's all kind of on autopilot now, which is so nice. So it feels to us that we don't just do any just normal packages anymore because everyone's calling for these bigger things, but it's just because that stuff is getting to us. The other stuff is running on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, things are going well over there at Local Flavor. Jeez.
We've
I love
got
that for you
13
guys.
people now, Reed.
I know, that's crazy.
It is we will be 15 in the next couple of weeks. So I don't know what happened. We're not doing any sale. We're not doing any client acquisition yet because we can't even service our client base. And I don't say that to brag. I feel bad based on everything you said.
You should be bragging. That's incredible. That's super exciting.
We've been so grateful. We have had more time to sit and just have real conversations with our people, figure out how we want to build this culture, just really think about things that we've never had time to spend time on. And that has been just kind of our biggest takeaway the last few months is just rather than me worrying about admin and my phone going off all the time about all the things, I can be present with our clients, with our team, and just really be intentional about things. And that has been just a huge change for us in the last several months.
Right.
And it's paying off.
Yeah. I mean, letting go admin is the key, man, that unlocks everything.
I'm 5 years past when I should have done that. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, it's hard to let go.
It is.
It is.
But once
it really
you do,
is.
it's like, okay, you can never take time off because I never want to do that again.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, Mark and I, Mark and I very conveniently are going to have to do admin for a week. Well, which is good because Chelsea needs a vacation, but back in the salt mines.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's fine. Well, but so Jen, you're seeing more video as well. And is it anything you're doing in marketing, or is it just like properties are sitting longer and they need more marketing materials?
I think it's both. For starters, having another person that's capable of doing video. At this point last year, it was just Michelle and I, and we had brought on our third shooter in May. So now we have 3 people capable of doing video. So we can basically take on the capacity of doing more video. So I think that's obviously going to change how many videos we're seeing coming in just because people have the ability to order more. But I think in general, yes. Also, like Kelly was saying, people are really interested in the AI effects going into video. So we are getting more creative with that, kind of pushing different styles, trying different things out. And we have had really good feedback about some of those and people being a little bit more trusting and, hey, I saw what you did for so-and-so. What can we do? I want to do that or something similar. And that's given us a little bit of momentum within video that we really didn't have last year. That's been, I think, our weakest link has been being able to produce kind of what I have in my head and actually getting it into reality. But the more we kind of stretch creatively or learn a little bit more, I think people are responding to that. And then also there's a market need. You need to stand out more because there's a lot more listings for sale this year. The market's more saturated and they have to do what they have to do to stand out or just to secure that listing. If it's between them and a different agent and they do this and the other one doesn't, what's going to set them apart makes a big difference.
Yeah. Well, it all goes back to what we actually do is, and it's we're not marketing property, we market realtors. And so, that's the convincing them. It's like, I mean, that's always the trick for me too, is even when the market is like, oh, things sell immediately. It's like, well, we should still be talking about doing all these extras because it's about marketing the realtor, not the property. Well, that's really great. Well, and I was just thinking about it for us too, is like, as we're trying to, we're always kind of thinking about what are we doing for video? How can we kind of change it? How can we make our videos better? Our workflows and then also the type of content we're offering. But finally, actually, for the first time as of a week ago, we have we just had these 2 new hires. And so all 3 of our shooters that aren't Mark now can actually do video. And we have not had that before because, we've had issues with people, just having that 3rd shooter has kind of been a revolving door, and they've just never gotten to the point where they can do video because they either hadn't passed their drone test yet, or they passed it and they, it's been hard to schedule them for video training, and then they quit. So for right now, we are, we actually, everyone who works for us in a shooting capacity can do a property video, which is like, oh my God, happy days are here.
Yeah.
And with Mark and I, we're going to be, actually, both of us are going to be gone for the next 2 weeks after today. So not in the field at all. So we really needed that to happen. And, because presumably April is our busiest time of year, or one of our busiest times of year. So we really needed to make sure that we had all of that set up. So thankfully, I think we're in a good place with it. Hopefully no one quits while we're on vacation.
Don't even put that out there.
I was going to say, knock on some wood.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So something bad. Well, whenever Mark goes on vacation, something bad usually happens. So unfortunately, we'll both be on vacation at the same time. So I hope it's
going to offset.
It's all right. Yeah. It'll offset. Yeah. No, it'll be good. We're trusting in our processes, and we're trusting in our team. I mean, we love our team, and like our new guys are both doing really well. So that's been a huge relief. And it's also, but training them, because we've been so slow recently, training them was hard because it was like, if they have any time constraints, it was like, well, we only have 1 video shoot today. And of course it's at the time you're not available. And so, it's getting them even trained up on video has been tough given the market conditions here. Fotello has transformed our business. We love Fotello so much. It is AI photo editing. Look, their Photon 6.0 version is their best yet. The edits are coming out of Fotello with precision and accuracy and nice colors and nice color casting and verticals that are straight and house numbers that are not garbled, and like so many of the things that we all want in our photos, Fotello is doing in minutes. You upload your photos to Fotello, put them in there, boom, they're just coming right back automatically within minutes. It is amazing. If there's ever an issue, which does not happen that often, they have a whole team of human editors who are there to make it right as well. We're loving Fotello for all that they do, and our workflows have changed for the better so much. And you can also deliver your photos right through Fotello to your clients. I mean, there's so much you can do with Fotello. I would love it if you would check it out. And if you do, you can use the code 50UP and get 50% off your first month of using Fotello. I think that you will not be disappointed. So please go to fotello.co. There's a link in our bio on Instagram, or just go and just make sure you use the code 50UP for 50% off at fotello.co. I've been getting a lot of validation lately, which is great because you all know that I love validation, because I've Mark and I on this show over the last couple months, we've been talking about how impressed we've been with HD Photo Hub, and that we feel like it's probably actually the best platform out there for real estate media professionals to use on the back end. And I have been validated because I have heard from so many people agreeing with that sentiment. So many HD Photo Hub users have commented, have reached out, have told me personally, yes, HD Photo Hub is, to paraphrase, the bomb, which apparently is slang for good. Which that's news to me, right? But yeah, HD Photo Hub is the bomb, and we couldn't agree more. So I think I would love it if you would check it out too. Give me some further validation. And you know what would further validate it's even more? If when you do, you use the code and you sign up for HD Photo Hub, you use the code Upmarket, because not only are they going to know you heard about HD Photo Hub on Upmarket and we convinced you to give it a try, that you're going to get 15 free full deliveries, which is like, I think $150 value. It's what an incredible, wonderful offer that they are giving. So please go to hdphotohub.com, use the code Upmarket, see what HD Photo Hub can do for you, and check out those sexy marketing kits. God, I love those things. So as we're coming into the busier part of the year, what have you guys done about pricing? I know, Kelly, you said that you coming up with some bigger packages, but did we make price adjustments for 2026? Because we didn't at Upmarket. We decided, like, we've done it pretty much every year, but this year it just felt like, I don't know, even though of course inflation is going crazy. We just felt like it just felt like our prices are where they should be, and so we didn't touch them this year. Maybe that's a mistake. But what did you guys do, Jen?
We didn't raise our prices. We did adjust some of our travel fees, and I have to say that's something that we're really struggling with, is how spread out our territory is. And so with going, sometimes it's 40, 45 minutes, even 50 minutes between locations. It's eating up a lot of our availability. So we raised our travel fees, but I'm actually considering bringing on another person part-time, very strongly considering doing that pretty quick so that we could have them more in those territories, maybe not have to have such high travel fees. And then that would open up availability for us more closer in, so that we're able to book more, fit more jobs in, but not spend basically 2 hours of our day traveling for sometimes a job that's really small. I just don't, I'm struggling with it. Is it the right time? I know it's never the right time. It would need to be a person that was okay with part-time work. I'd love to build them up to be more full-time, but in the beginning, I think it would primarily just be those outlying areas. And I already have one of my girls that really wants to be turned off for one of those territories. And the only reason I haven't is because it would put the other two of us out there a lot more often. Because we don't have our people set up by territory. It's just everybody covers a big giant area. So I don't know, have you guys done anything like that? Does that work out? Do you have any advice for that?
No, I mean, we've tried multiple times, and then it's just we hire someone who lives in that area, and then as I've said on here, they start working for us and they start making more money, and they're like, oh, now I can do what I've always wanted to do. And I moved to Ventura, which is smack dab in the middle of our territory. And you're like, oh God, no, because I can't tell you not to move, and so, but one of our new hires is actually up the Conejo grade, where we've wanted to expand for 5 years now. And he's up there. I don't think he's moving anytime soon. So we're really happy about that. So that is actually like really great, because now anything that's up that way we give to him, and then we have that same thing. We cover a giant area, and there's a few places where we shoot enough where it's like, God, I wish I had someone there, but it's not so much that I could have a full-time person there. It's the same thing we have with us going to Santa Barbara, which is with traffic 45 minutes to an hour away for us. And yeah, there's a big market up there, and we could try to get into it. But then as you start to do that, all of a sudden you get that client and they have the 800 square foot condo that they need shot. And you're like, oh, great. I just went up there for the lowest price thing we possibly have. And it killed half a day, because it's an hour there, it's an hour at the shoot, and it's an hour coming back. So it's absolutely, I've been in your exact same shoes, and I don't have a solution other than, you just got to hire someone and hope they stick. I mean, it's the same thing as anything else, right? I mean, hiring it feels like Russian roulette sometimes, but it's like but you got to do it. I mean, what can you can't afford to not do it, because, and especially now, like, I don't know, you may agree with this or not. It doesn't seem like gas prices are going to come down anytime soon as well. So it's not only the time, but you're looking at, like the extra cost in gas, and the federal mileage rate isn't up. I mean, it's, I don't know if it's a tangent, but we instituted a vehicle stipend on top of mileage now, because the mileage rate just isn't cutting it for how expensive gas is. And so we're now giving our shooters $100 a month as like a quote unquote vehicle stipend, so that kind of pays for the additional costs. So because, it's like, and especially for an employee, it's like, well, to do their job, they got to drive out to these places. And it's like, even though they get reimbursed for the mileage and they're paid for the time, it's still that gas adds up, man. It adds up fast.
For sure.
So, well, and we have thought about that as our, we need to adjust our, we need to make bigger travel fees. And then, part of me is like, I don't know, should we charge our clients mileage, for everything? And I know there are people who do that, who just like, they work mileage into every shoot. Oh, where is it? It's 10 miles away from our home base. Then you get charged, 10 miles of mileage. So,
do you
that
guys
seems like
charge
a pain.
travel fees though? You do charge travel fees?
We do for anything out of Ventura County, and we don't charge travel fee for Santa Barbara, but a little further than that we do. So if it's more than an hour drive, we charge a travel fee.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
We charge travel fees basically depending on the city that they're in, because ours are a bunch of little cities around us, all within about an hour. So our main couple of cities have zero travel fees. And then the further out you go, the more the travel fee builds, is essentially how we do it.
Right. That's that's essentially how we do it too. But our radius of no travel fee is pretty big.
It's bigger.
And it's maybe too big, but yeah. So, because we started this so long ago, we didn't, it was just one of those things you don't realize. And now, what do you mean? Now I have to pay a travel fee for this place that have never had to pay a travel fee for. So, we've always been a little gun shy about, adding more travel fees.
Yeah, they hate that line item. Our clients hate that line item. So we doubled our prices last year. I think we told y'all that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that we made it to where we're pretty happy with what we're getting paid. And then we don't have to have that line item there, because we can raise the price of a package $100 versus adding a travel fee with a separate charge. Sure. And they hate that travel fee. So we've just kind of come up with that. And this year we did not raise prices, but we spoke to our coach this week just about how quickly we're growing and everything. And he said, when we get off the phone, you need to raise your prices 20%. And I'm like, we just doubled prices last year. So we're still kind of sitting with that. That was his piece of advice, because we didn't lose clients when we doubled our prices.
Well, that's the question. So that's what, you always say is like, well, if you double your prices and you lose half your clients, congrats, you're now working half as much for the same amount of money. So you doubled your prices and kept all your clients, and in fact are getting new clients. So of course that tells us that your prices are not high enough. And I think for anyone listening, that's what you want to hear right there. Someone raised their prices, they doubled their prices, and it did not hurt. It only made their business better. I think everyone, including myself, has always been so afraid to raise prices, but my God, don't be. Yeah, Jen. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to do it. But we've really struggled. We are at the higher end in the Atlanta market. We're, I think we're not the most expensive, but we're probably in the top 10, 15% of the more expensive. And we're getting it. And it's, I don't know, to raise them 20% right now, I'm going, I don't think we could pull that off. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Well, that's the thing is, why do you not think? I think you could, because, and all you have to point to is like, well, look at gas prices. I mean, we're up, and, like in groceries, I mean, our employees need to fill their shopping carts too,
Right. Yeah.
And how are Brian and I going to afford a house in Portugal?
I mean, it's top priority right now. I know. Jen, I was going to tell you, so Atlanta is a huge market, geographically enormous market. So we're very intentional with where we're hiring people. So we kind of break it into quadrants as far as where we want to hire. Our biggest mistake has been in hiring people that don't do everything. So that's been our challenge, especially like I was talking about with video. Luxury happens where luxury happens. So our lead videographer travel, he's in the car a lot. He's okay with that. But as long as the people that you hire can do all of your things, I mean, we start everybody off as part-time. Everybody has quickly moved into full-time and then some right now, just because we've got a need for it. But we have found that people enjoy the part-time as long as it's not too part-time, like if we can give them 25 or 30 hours and then they can have a life and do something they love to do. And I don't know, for us, that's worked for this job really well, much better than somebody wanting to work 50 hours a week. They burn out and they hate it, in 3 or 4 months. So we've got the work for them, but we've really had to dial that back and just hire more people rather than just going, okay, this is the guy that's going to do all of these shoots because we've burned somebody out so quickly. We've made a few bad hires and that was on us. So now we're just doing part-time, 25, 30 hours. If you want more, we'll give you more, but then we're checking in with them much more often, saying like, how's your life going? How are you liking your job? Because we were having people quit. They would just get burnt. They would give us some bogus reason why they were wanting to quit. And really at the end of the day, they hated driving and we burnt them out. We filled their schedule way too full.
Right. Yeah. And that is what I'm afraid of right now. And what we personally experienced last year before I brought on Caitlin was that we were feeling burnt out. We were doing too much. I wasn't able to dedicate the time to running my business that I needed to and wanted to because we had so many shoots coming in that we had to take on a lot more. And I don't think anybody's truly happy when you're just overloaded, overworked. I mean, I think you could get by and do that for a little while, but it's definitely not sustainable. And I want a sustainable, healthy business.
Yeah. And it's definitely not, it's sustainable for a longer term if you own the business. But if you're just an employee, it's like, what's your incentive, right? Because ours is like, well, if I do this, I'm going to hit the jackpot or whatever. And they're like, well, if I do this, I got 2 hours of overtime, which is great. But, it's not life-changing. And so that's what we always have to, doing those check-ins with the employees of, hey, how are you feeling? How's this amount of work? I mean, that's so crucial. And, for us, it's usually been, we've had it on both. We've had it where, it's a little bit much. But most of the time it's always like, yeah, I want more hours. And I'm like, we're trying. That's pretty key. But yeah, I think, and again, if you're going to hire someone, just as long as you're clear about the expectations and what your plan is, then it should be okay. And I think there are a lot of people, especially in the photography world, who are just stoked to be doing photography for money and are okay with part-time work because they feel like, I get to make money doing something I really like. So I don't know. They exist. There's more out there. I don't know, just put a job list, just put a job posting for that area.
I think I'm going to, and it'll be my first time doing that.
You haven't done a job posting before.
No, my hires have been actually people that I've known or that kind of stuff. So yeah, it'll be the first time putting an actual job posting out.
All right. Well, just make sure you follow all the equal opportunity employment stuff, and you got to be you got to be careful when you put out the job postings. You can't be like
double check myself. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, we're looking for a young. No. No. Yeah.
Good to know.
So,
good to know.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing. It's employees. It's like you can get in hot water pretty quickly with that. You got to do things totally by the book on that. So, yeah. Well, geez, that's all good stuff, man. Doubled your prices. Still can't get over that. I love it.
We thought we were going to lose a lot of people, and we were prepared. Right. I feel like we were as prepared as we could be to just be like, okay, this is what we're going to do because we can't do this anymore. And and some people did go try somebody else, and I respect and understand that. And then those people come back and they pay the price. They didn't get the same
VIP
experience.
no more.
Yeah. Well, so when you say though, you do have, talking about, and I think there's a bigger conversation, Kelly, that we do want to have with you. And we talked about maybe doing a bonus content episode or something about your pricing structure. Because I know it is unique in that you're doing it by the price of the listing is how you're calculating what your fees are. Right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Well, and you're pricing, by the cost of the listing, but does all the services kind of correlate in different prices to what the listing price is? Or is it like, a video is a standard price? It's just the photos that are dynamic in terms of the listing price? Or is it everything?
It's everything. Yeah. So we've got, and they're big ballparks. So it's, up to 500,000, which in our market, we don't have a lot of. And then it's 5 to a million to 5, million and a half. So it's not like we're in $10,000 increments. That would be very hard to do. But I mean, the agents are all used to it. I thought that we would really need to be well-versed in why we're doing it this way. but I honestly don't even think they notice because they book online. Some of them have, and we don't hide it. We tell them why we do it this way, but they book online. It asks them the list price. They put it in, and it just gives them the price. So they don't even see those different segments.
Oh.
Yeah, and we've got a few that they'll kind of fudge the number a little bit once they catch on, but it's not enough for us to. It's literally $100 difference to each tier, so it's not that big of a deal.
So when you doubled your prices, is that when you instituted the that model of pricing as well?
Yes. Yep. We retooled everything. We simplified our packages. We just kind of had this big push of, here's the new us, take it or leave it. So it's like we used to have a ton of add-ons, a ton of different options. We were pleasing everybody, and we were driving ourselves insane because everything felt like a custom package. So we just identified what the most popular things were, kind of where we wanted to push the market as far as video and things like that, because we knew we had the skill set on the team to be able to deliver the higher end videos. We weren't always in a position to be able to do that. So we just identified the top 6 and made packages, rolled out our new pricing that included the, list price as the determining factor. So it was all at once. And
then and you kind of came out of PMRE the first year you went with that mindset of, we got to change things. Was that the catalyst? That's what I seem to remember.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. We went to PMRE. We were just burnt, ready to sell the business, to be honest. We were just, we can't do this anymore. And so, we heard one person say that they did it by list price. And for our market, that just makes sense because, we've got these areas of Atlanta that are tiny square footage, really high dollar. You got to go, the parking is hard. You got to go through the concierge. We got to send our lead photographer. We got to pay our videographer more, all the things. Or we can drive to BFE for the same price package, way bigger house, not a lot of skill set required, and we're getting paid the same, and it didn't make sense to us. And we found that the few that we've had to explain our pricing to, they understand it because they're paid on commission. It's the same thing. They're making more money on the listing, so we expect that the marketing should cost more too.
Yeah, they understand. It makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes a lot of sense. Because there's always these situations I find where there's these not always, but often you see, there's an 800 square foot place coming up. Oh, great, this is going to be so easy. You just go, and it's usually a piece of shit. But then sometimes, like where I live, there's these 800 square foot places that are on an acre and a half.
Yep.
And there's an outdoor bathtub, and there's a bocce ball court, and there's, so all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, this 800 square foot thing, it's actually a luxury property, a $2 million place. And, I took 90 photos, and so, and cause I thought it was going to be 18 photos in and out in like 15 minutes, but no, it's not. So yeah, I really see where that could happen. All right, folks, it is crunch time. Get in there. Go to goiguide.com/upmarket. Put your email address in there. Follow us on Instagram, UpmarketPod, and follow go_iGuy on Instagram as well. And then you will be entered to win that $1,000 Home Depot gift card. So get in there. It ends April 15th. So it is the time, people. If you want to get this $1,000, you got to get in there and do it now. And why do you want to do it now? Because you want to help iGuide celebrate their big achievement, which is site plans. So in addition to all the amazing things that iGuide 3D Tours can do for you and your clients, you have this edition of site plans, which is finally an easy way to get the lay of the land for the entire property, not just the interior. So realtors love it, homeowners love it, buyers love it. Everyone loves site plans. They're easy to do right in the same iGuide app that you know and love. We are loving them. Our clients are loving them. It's a wonderful upsell. So go check it out at goiguide.com and get in there. Go to goiguide.com/upmarket to get in that drawing. traveling to Cancun this weekend. You know what that means. I got fired up, ready my second floor app so I can make sure I know where everything in my hotel room is located down to the centimeter, because, we're not going to be in the US. It's all metric everywhere. So I'm going to know in metric exactly where everything is. Maybe I'll even do a floor plan of the hotel lobby, maybe the cabanas. Oh, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to be posting cabana floor plans on Instagram. You are not going to believe all the stuff that I'm going to be able to floor plan when I'm in Mexico. Screw learning about business, screw relaxing on the beach. I'm just going to floor plan it up. My first foreign floor plans. I'm so excited for this. If you want to get in on that kind of action, go to secondfloorapp.com/upmarket. You get a free month of service. So if I didn't already have it, I would be getting free floor plans all in my trip in Mexico. But alas, that ship has sailed for me. But for you, the ship is right there, ready to board. Get on yourself. Go secondfloorapp.com/upmarket. Fast, instant, accurate floor plans right from your phone. And then the other thing I wanted to ask you, when you mentioned it earlier, you have like your 25 like VIP clients. Do you have actually a VIP program that is customer facing?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we let them know. So we base it on the year, the rolling prior 12 months, unless we just land a really huge client that we know can dedicate so many listings to us a year. I think the threshold is 35 listings a year is what they need to be able to do. Brian set it all up, but we send them all the benefits in an email. We make a little Instagram thumbnail for them to post, just saying that it's got a little trophy with their name on it, saying that they're a VIP marketing partner. It means nothing and they love it. It does mean something, but they like being able to post their little award and that, brag to their clients that they're a VIP. They're so good at marketing,
Right.
But yeah, we've got a top tier that literally two of our clients are in, and they're the only two that get a discount, small discount. They get comp travel fees. We move our whole schedule for them if we need to, and then we've got about 25 in the next tier down that they get, the rest of our VIP benefits. But most of them are not. None of the benefits other than the top two are money based. It's just, here's what we're promising we will do for you. And they get priority.
Right. And so did you set this up as like an achievement that they can get? I mean, are you like, in a way gamifying like your business where you're like, hey, if you just do 3 more listings, you're going to qualify for our VIP program?
That's a great question. We haven't done it yet. Our VIP program is new this year, so we just rolled it out. So we're kind of learning as we go that the new people that are signing on that are bigger, that we know are going to give us a lot of listings. We do ask that they give us exclusivity. They can't use any other vendors for their marketing, and we send them all of the things, and it's not a contract. We don't have them sign a contract or anything like that. It's just a mutual understanding. We've got good relationships with our people, so they understand when we present this to them. But I like that idea. We haven't really run the numbers enough because it's so new to say like, you're this close. All those people are top of mind to us anyways. But yeah, that's hard to nudge someone, like, hey, you have 1 month left of the year and you just need 3 more listings. And they're like, yeah, I'll take 3 listings if I can get them, lady. Well, right. Yeah.
and you can photograph them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's the one issue is like, they can't just voluntarily, unless they obviously just got more like general marketing materials but so many times it's like, well, they have the listings that they don't. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So on that note, what happens if they start doing less? Do they get bumped out of the VIP package, or
they would for the next year? For the next year, they would.
Right.
So you guys are tracking that and kind of keeping up, and you're like, "Oh, you didn't make the cut. Sorry, bye."
Yeah.
We will,
it's just it's just like your mileage. It's like your mileage plus on United. If you didn't hit platinum's tier, you're non-platinum anymore.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea.
They like the differentiator. They're ego-driven,
no,
right?
I love it. So can I ask you, when you're talking about, you said you'll rearrange your schedule to accommodate them. What does that look like? Can you expand on that a little bit?
So if they call and need something in the next 3 days versus a non-VIP calling and needing something in the next 3 days, non-VIP, when they call in, if they don't see something on our schedule that they like, it is what it is, most of the time. If a VIP calls in and needs something, especially our top two, our admin might need to make 6 phone calls. I mean, sometimes it's as busy as we are right now. It's very hard, but we will make the effort to get them in sooner. They go on a list that the minute if somebody reschedules or cancels, they get the first phone call, they get first option. And just based on how busy we are, it has become a bigger deal for them to get that priority access. We don't hold time. Last year, we kind of blocked off Thursdays, for instance, for VIPs, to make sure that we had time on Brian's schedule. Now that Brian's not shooting, we haven't implemented that this year because we can't, we need all the availability that we can get.
Well, and it's hard because if you reserve a certain day of the week, we've always thought of that too. Well, that means that property has to be ready, and it's tenant occupied, and the tenant has to be, whatever. There's so many variables that we all know about trying to get a property scheduled. It's you really have to when's the property available, and then that's when you can go. Yeah, that's really, I want to, obviously, as we do these for the rest of the year, I want to check back in on that VIP program, because that's kind of an interesting idea. And I'm a little surprised you also didn't try to extract, hey, you're eligible to be a VIP, and for $1,000 a year, you can get all of these perks.
No. We didn't consider that, but I'll share with you guys exactly what our VIP program looks like if you want to see it. But
I would love to. Yeah.
We were kind of way past due. We need to implement a referral program too. That's one thing.
Yeah. Oh God, I know. Oh, we need to do that too.
We do have a little referral program. We, if somebody sends us a referral and they actually book, then we send them a little discount code for the next time they book. And that has worked out really well from us. We've gained a lot of new agents. Just because they know they get a kickback, and it's not very much, but it's something. It's a thank you for.
Is that all automated, or does somebody actually have to push a button?
My admin tracks it. She tracks it. She has a little pre-template that once they've completed, they have to actually book and complete their shoot, the person that they referred. Then we send the coupon over to them so that they are able to then use it whenever the next time they want to. And it's just like a one-off coupon. They can only use it one time.
Nice. Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah.
We're trying to automate it through Pixel, and I know there's a way to do it, but we just haven't gotten there yet.
I think we're still small enough that we can track it. So it's not too much work on our end, but I can see where that would be challenging if you have a bigger team.
As we're kind of wrapping up here, so Q1 is over. How are you feeling about the rest of the year? I'm guessing I know the answer to this question already from both of you, but Kelly, I know you're just going to grow. You have 5 million listings coming. So Jen, how are you feeling about the rest of the year?
I'm optimistic. I mean, I'm always cautiously optimistic. I want to grow. I want to continue to grow. I want to make sure that we have enough work to keep the people, if we continue to bring people on, working. But I don't see our area slowing down right now. Just, it seems like it continues to be pretty steady. I don't expect it to explode and get, huge, like maybe we've seen sometimes in the past, but I do think it will continue to forge ahead and kind of on the same trajectory. So I feel good.
Yeah. And Kelly, I was just kind of giving you a hard time, but you're feeling good about the rest of the year, I'm guessing?
Yes, I feel good. I mean, we just continue to, it's amazing. I mean, even the more we step out of the day to day, we're just problem solving all the time. So I'm heavily focused on team, and we're learning all the time with team. Today, great example, but I feel really optimistic about our market for sure. It's been busy. We've been hearing that everybody is very busy. So we will be very grateful if it all just continues.
Nice. Yeah. And I think I definitely do. I do feel bullish about the rest of the year. So yeah, we just gotta, I think the market just has to pick up, but at the same time, it's also on us to, there's still houses coming in the market and we're not shooting all of them. That's for sure. So I think there is still opportunity even for what's out there that we can grow. And I think that's what we're just tasked with for the rest of the year. And then, and I'm just hoping to learn some new strategies. And I know, our next episode will be an interesting one because I think as we are all just about to head to Cancun for the PMRE retreat, I'm happy to say everyone in our mastermind is actually going to this retreat. I think it's only like 20 people, and we're just going to talk about real estate media business for 5 days, and maybe have a margarita or two, and yeah, and yeah. So I'm really excited about that, and I know we're all going to be eager to share with our viewers and listeners about some of the stuff that we learn at that, and I think it's going to be. I feel like Kelly could just lead it. I feel like your business, it's like you're the, no, I mean, you guys are, I mean, you just had so much good stuff to say. It sounds really exciting. So it's really interesting, even in the short couple years I've known you, of how much your business has changed in that time. And so it's very inspiring.
Thank you so much. It's the community that has inspired us to even think as big as we've been thinking. I never, just being part of this, getting to know all the people that we're going to be in Cancun with, it's just, your mind just continues to grow and grow. And I mean, that it's been so much community that's helped us, get to this point. Because we didn't have the tools before. Yeah, there's the power, man, coming together. Well, thank you both so much. Thank you, of course, to all of our sponsors. We appreciate you. And then obviously our viewers, our listeners, thank you so much. Give us a follow, give us a subscribe. And we will be back with another mastermind in a month. But we got episodes coming out the wazoo every week. So thank you, everybody.
Upmarket is a production of Upmarket Studios and is produced by Molly Peart and edited by Bethany Dietrich. Our wish for you this week is to not have to do any Friday Night Twilight shoots. Thank you for everything.